Welcome, woman of purpose. My name is Marsha, and welcome to my channel. Today we're going to look in at transformation, and we're going to look at Job. Now, Job was a perfect man before the sight of God, and he pleased the Lord that he would put him through such a testing. Rather, he would let the enemy um, do some things to him, afflict him, let him lose his family, and so forth, because God trusted that Job will come through and will not fail him. So we're going to look at Job chapter 7, verse 17 and 18. And it reads, "What is man that thou shouldest magnify him, and that thou shouldest set thine heart upon him, and that thou shouldest visit him every morning and try him every moment?" Now, from that verse, we see that Job went through a process. He wasn't perfect from the get-go. He was not perfect at the beginning. He had to go through a process of trial. And it says, and I'm going to read over verse 18, "And that thou shouldest visit him every morning and try him every moment." Job was tried over and over and over again until he got it right. And he became a perfect man. He didn't just go through his testing and his trials and just leave it there. He applied what he learned in the time of being tried. He went through so much. He went through the fire, and he had to be purified, because it is by the trying that we are purified, that we are molded into the woman of God that God wants us to be, both women and men. That's how he wants us to be. So he's going to be trying us time and time and time again until we get it. So if you see where, you keep failing, don't just say, "Hey, I'm failing," and just leave it at that. Get up, brush off, and go again. Keep on going, because Job said every morning, he get up, and he's been tried every moment. So Job he did not become perfect just like that. He went through a process. And so, women of God, when we are going through our process, let us go through it and just remember that that was the outcome of Job. He became so perfect before God's sight. So if you see someone as well that, they're serving the Lord, but they're not, up there, because Christianity is a growth process. We grow every single day. We learn something every single day. Not even the greatest men and women of God that we see today on telecast and before the pulpit, they learn every single day. No one is exempt from learning. And so Job had to go through that process. Here we saw how Job got tried through losing his family, losing everything that he owned, everything he lost. But he did not give up. He did not curse God in any shape, way, or form. So this is something that we need to take away from Job, in that Job went through his time of trying, and he got tried every moment. God knew what he wanted out of Job, so he's going to get tried every moment. Everybody's trial is different. So it depends on what the Lord has for us. Then you know that the trial is going to be different. Some person's trial are going to be harder than some, because it is what God has for us. It is what he has called us to be. So we're going to lose things. We're going to go through trials. We're going to go through persecutions. We're going to go through people lying on us. We're going to go through people just overlooking us and let you feel as if, you're nothing. It's a trial that we have to go through, because the Lord wants to mold us. You know, someone asked me once, Marsha, you were blonde. I mean, I was blonde. For those who knew me before, I was like blonde hair, low cut ear, and blonde. And someone asked me a question: how did I transform from being absolutely blonde to growing back my hair out, having my natural black hair? And how did I do that? Was I told to do it by my leader in my ministry? Or was it a conviction that I received? And I said to her, it is a conviction. And everyone has their own conviction. Because based on how we grow in the Lord will let us take a look at ourselves and say, hey, is my appearance speaking about the Lord? Because sometimes, you know, as women, we want to say, hey, even though I'm a child of God, I have to look good. I have to look better than the woman out in the world. But we're not supposed to be like the world. We're not supposed to be like the world. We are set apart. We are different. So we have to listen to what our heart is saying, because the Lord, that's what He speaks. He speaks to our heart. And if He convicts you to say, hey, my daughter, you need to change this thing about you, just go with it. Because as we see here in Job, he said that thou shouldest visit me every morning and try him every moment. Let me read it again. And that thou shouldest visit him every morning and try him every moment. So we have to listen to what our heart is saying, because it is the Lord that is speaking to us. So that was my response to, you know, me transforming from blonde hair to black hair and growing back my hair, because we did have the part in it and so forth. So it's a transformation. And when you start being transformed on the inside, then the outside will also begin to show that transformation. So Job went through his season, he went through his times, and he went through it every moment. Can you imagine going through that, trying every single moment of your life? Because it is what the Lord has for you. If He knows that there's something in you, that there is greatness within you, then He's going to try you until He gets you to the place. Don't ignore the trials that we face. Don't ignore them. Learn from them and grow from them, because the Lord has great things in store. And so you got to go through that fire. You got to go through it, and you have to learn from it, and we have to apply what we learn from it to grow into the woman that He wants us to be, what He has called us to be. So I bless you.